English translation. 298th contact. Tuesday, 20th of March 2001, 1839 hours.
Aha, so you're back there. Florina also hid behind the bookshelf when Atlanta appeared. But you still have courage, my friend, because Ava is in the office next door. But be welcome in my building and be greeted.
Also my greeting be given to you, Edward. I know that Ava is in the next room, but she has not noticed that I am here. Unfortunately, you did not hear me in the kitchen when I called you, because you were too engrossed in conversation with Silvano and Jacobus. For this reason, I knocked on the kitchen door to draw your attention to me. And there you are now.
I am, yes.
So I would like to talk about the analysis of your blood right away. The toxic phenomena I told you yesterday in my diagnosis are based on one of your medications, the calcibernate. This medicine you are taking is corrupted and shows signs of aging. In this form, it has become useless for your suffering, and on the other hand, it causes poisoning symptoms in you because it transforms into toxic substances in your body. A phenomenon that is so strange, as well as the various ailments that you will always be afflicted with. Your symptoms of poisoning are already very dangerous and could lead to your death in a short time if you continue to take the corrupted medicines.
You do not believe it, Ptah, but I came across that myself last night. When I thought it all over, I thought that only calcibernate could be to blame for everything. So I got out of bed again and checked the medication for its expiration date. I found that this had already been greatly exceeded, which is why I sorted out everything that had already expired. Then I took new medication, the expiration date of which expired in December. The effect was soon apparent, because since tonight I feel much better, and I hope that in a few days I have finally survived everything.
Your appearance is actually more pleasing than yesterday.
I already noticed it in the mirror. Yesterday evening, however, it was so bad that I had to skip the correction time. But now it is going quite well again. And since that is the case, I would like to pester you with 2 or 3 questions, if you want to answer my questions.
You just cannot let it go. But bring up your questions.
Thanks. Can you tell me something about the animal diseases BSE and foot and mouth disease, about how they could spread worldwide?
The fault lies with the English, or those responsible English persons, who for the sake of profit deliberately spread the epidemics or had them spread. These responsible persons must be called consciously unscrupulous criminal elements, because they have spread the epidemics in full knowledge by exporting infected meat to the whole world, or by having it exported. They have also deliberately processed contaminated animals, such as cattle and sheep, into meat and bone meal, or given permission to do so, after which this contaminated meat and bone meal has also been exported to many places in the world, in more than 100 countries, as we have seen. A course of action based on pure greed for profit and irresponsibility, which must be described not only as unscrupulously criminal, but even as felonious.
Aha. Also, in this form, completely in the sense of how the English created their colonies and the Commonwealth in earlier times through murder. Manslaughter, war, and decimation of peoples or extermination of peoples under the cloak of the common good and welfare, which was, however, rightly seen only on the English themselves.
By which you call the matter by its name.
Well, and if we are already with England or the English, then I would like to ask you about the English playwright and poet William Shakespeare, or about his private life, of which not much is known. Sim Ya Se once told me a lot about it, in terms of his faith and one of his secret activities, which was in no way praiseworthy, in connection with the Vatican.
I understand what you are getting at. The following. Shakespeare was not born on 23.4. 1564 on the one hand, as is generally assumed today among Earth humans, but on 19th.4. 1564, after which he was baptized on 26.4. 1564 and died on 23.4. 1616, at his time, pure Catholicism was forbidden in England, which is why William Shakespeare officially confessed to Protestantism, which, however, was tantamount to a fraud, because in truth he was very strict and almost fanatically addicted to Catholicism, and thus a strict and fundamentalist believer of this religion. However, he knew how to hide this so well that only his wife Anne, née Hathaway, who was 8 years older and married to him in 1582, knew about it. The wife had fallen for him, which is why she remained silent in spite of many marital quarrels and in spite of his jealousy. Even when she learned through dream conversations on his part that he was treacherous and spying for the Holy See in Rome with regard to the Anglican Church, Church of England, State Church. But now, dear friend, I would like to address you officially this time about your biography as well as about the history of the center, both of which are in Bernadette's area of responsibility. It is really urgent that she finally turns to these tasks when she has finished the witness book.
I know, but unfortunately there are many other things to do, such as the production of the contact report books, which has now become acute.
We will still talk about these issues, but not today, because my time is limited. I will be back next week to visit you, and I hope that you will be well again.
One more question, if you do not mind.
But it should be the last one for today.
Good. Have you made any progress with your new travel technology? I mean with the transmission gate? For some time, even years now, this technology has been haunting novels and films about the future, the transmission gate being called the Stargate.
I know that. No. Our progress in this area is still sparse, and our test objects passing through the transmission gate are still disappearing without us being able to find them again or rematerialize them.
Too bad. But even you are not sorcerers or wizards, at least not in the sense as the Earth humans understand it.
Then I want to go back to my flying apparatus now. Salome and goodbye.
I am supposed to send you many greetings from everyone who knows that you are here. Bye and Salome. Goodbye, my friend. I look forward to your next visit. Surely there will be some questions until then.
Which can be assumed with certainty. Farewell, my friend.
Well, take care.